My dear students, today's video is about human excretory system. Human excretory system composed of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and urethra. Kidneys are reddish brown bean-shaped structures situated between the levels of the last thoracic, that is T12, and third lumbar, that is L3. These are very close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. Each kidney of an adult human measures 10 to 12 cm in length, 5 to 7 cm in width and 2 to 3 cm in thickness, with an average weight of 120 to 170 gram. The origin of kidney is mesodermal. They develop from the mesodermal nephrostomes or mesomeres. Now the position of kidney is, it is located below the diaphragm on the left and right sides. The right kidney is lower and smaller than the left kidney because the liver takes up much space on the right side. Now the structure of kidney can be studied well under two heads, that are the external as well as internal structure. So let's first study about the external structure. Now the outer surface of each kidney is convex, while the inner concave surface has a notch called hilum. The supply of blood occurs through hilum. That is, renal artery and renal vein pass in and out of the kidneys along with the ureters and the nerve supply of kidney. If we look from outside to inside, three layers cover the kidneys. The layers are namely the renal fascia, the outermost layer. In between there is adipose tissue layer, and finally in the inner part it has renal capsule. Now these three covering protect the kidney from external shocks and injuries. Now let's discuss about the internal structure. The LS of the mammalian kidney show an outer cortex and the inner medulla. Inside the kidney, the ureters is expanded as a funnel-shaped cavity called pelvis. The free end of pelvis has number of cup-like structure called the major calyces and minor calyces. Here calyx is the singular. Medulla projects into the calyces as conical processes. These are called the renal pyramids or medullary pyramids. The tip of the pyramids are called renal papillae. The cortex spread in between medullary pyramid as renal columns called the columns of Bertini. Now let's discuss about the microscopic structure of the kidney. Each kidney is composed of numerous complex tubular structure called nephron, which are nearly 1 million. These are the functional unit of the kidneys. Now let's talk about the structure of the nephron, which is also known as uriniferous tubule. Each nephron consists of two parts, the Malpighian body and renal tubule. The Malpighian body is also known as renal corpuscle. Now Malpighian body or renal corpuscle consists of again two parts. They are the glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule. So the Malpighian body or renal corpuscle that comprises the glomerulus and Bowman's capsule filter out large solutes from the blood and delivers small solute to the renal tubule for modifications. Next comes glomerulus. It is the tuft of thin-walled capillaries formed by the branching of afferent arteriole. It is a fine branch of renal artery. The afferent arteriole is short and wide that supplies blood to the glomerulus, while the efferent arteriole is narrower and long, carrying the blood away from the glomerulus. Next comes the Bowman's capsule, which is also known as glomerular capsule. It is a double-walled cup-like structure that surrounds the glomerulus. The outer parietal wall of the glomerulus is composed of flattened squamous epithelial cell, and the inner visceral wall is composed of special type of less flattened cell known as podocytes. Next come the renal tubules. So attached to each Bowman's capsule is a long thin tubule with three distinct regions. The three distinct regions are as follows: the proximal convoluted tubule, the distal convoluted tubule and the Henle's loop. Thereafter we will also see the collecting tubule. Now let's look into the proximal convoluted tubule. Behind the neck, it makes a few coil and is restricted to the cortical region of the kidney. The Henle's loop is quite narrower and a U-shaped hairpin-like structure having a descending limb that ends into the medulla and an ascending limb that extends back from the medulla into the cortex. The distal convoluted tubule is thicker and highly coiled structure situated in the cortex like the proximal tubule. Coils of both the convoluted tubules are intermingled. The collecting tubule, it is the last part of the nephron that is also a straight tubule which is lined by cuboidal cells. Collecting tubules of many nephron open into a large collecting duct. Several adjacent collecting tubules converge to open into a short and thick duct of Bellini. All the ducts of Bellini then open into the renal pelvis through medullary pyramids in the calyces. Next come the peritubular capillary network. It is formed when a minute vessel of peritubular capillaries run parallel to the loop of Henle, forming a U-shaped vasa recta. All these capillaries join to form renal venules, which join to form a renal vein that opens into the inferior vena cava. Now we'll discuss about the types of nephron. Based on the location of the kidney, nephrons are of following two types. They are the cortical nephron and the juxtamedullary nephron. Now, cortical nephron, in majority of nephron, the loop of Henle is too short and extends only very little into the medulla. That is, it lie in the renal cortex. Such nephrons are called cortical nephron. While the juxtamedullary nephrons are the nephrons where the loop of Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla. So, the cortical nephron forms about 80% of the total nephron count, while 20% are the juxtamedullary nephron only. Finally, let's discuss about the function of the kidney in this video. The kidney has various functions like regulation of water and electrolyte balance, regulation of arterial pressure, excretion of metabolic waste and foreign chemicals, and secretion of the hormone like renin. So my dear students, it was all about today's video. In this video, I have discussed about the structure of the kidney, the internal and the external structure. I also mentioned you about the types of nephron and the structure of the nephron. In the next video, I will discuss about the urine formation. There you will study about the 3 different steps how urine is formed. So thanks for watching this video.